Howdy do, what's up with it? My name is Chuck Sway, one of the hosts from the Deep Shot podcast, and this is the Out Route, NFL recap for Week 6 in the National Football League. The Thursday night matchup between the Giants and Patriots kicked off the week. Giants still shaved extremely thin at running back, which forced Daniel Jones to play airball. Not a great plan when New England had a league-high 11 picks on the season going into the game, and Danny Boy gave the Patriots D 3 more. While the cuck himself, Tom Brady, actually does some cucking of his own by taking rushing matters into his own hands and scores 2 touchdowns on the ground, leaving Sonny Michel malnourished on the stat line. Patriots moved to 6-0 for the 4th time in franchise history, beating the Giants 35-14. It was a bit of a whiffle in London as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers squared off in the land of the Queen. Christian McCaffrey finds a touchdown in the air and on the ground, and Kyle Allen playing like Josh Allen, throwing for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns, but we can assure you that they are not brothers. Panthers lead by 20 in the third, but the Bucs get scrappy and bring it back to 11 with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left in the match, and Jameis Winston acts like a complete wanker and throws a pick to seal the deal. Panthers move to 4-2 with a 37-26 victory. Texans up in Kansas City. Tyreek Hill makes his return from a clavicle injury, in no way related to his child abuse allegations, but still gives the Texans a spanking on the opening drive on a deep shot from Patrick Mahomes that sends the Texans to their room early in the first. But in the second half, Deshaun Watson's legs say, "I'm the daddy," by rushing for 2 scores. Then on 4th and 3, Watson finds DeAndre Hopkins to ice the cake as the Chiefs pout over their second loss at home and the Texans move to 4-2 atop their division. Titans up in Mile High facing the Broncos. All this news of players admitting to smoking weed has us thinking that Marcus Mariota might be the next player to come forward. Seemingly off that Maui Wowie, Mariota, the Hawaiian native, throws 2 picks before being replaced by Ryan Tannehill, who also honors the puff-puff pass rule by throwing to the Broncos D for another interception. Phillip Lindsay also found himself on the grass, but in a good way, rushing for 70 yards and 1 touchdown. Broncos hotbox the Titans 16-0. 49ers out prospecting for a win as they host one of their division rivals. Rams' Aaron Donald gets a sack early in the first and sets a defensive tone for both teams. Jared Goff goes down as well and only passes for 78 yards. And on 4th and goal late in the second quarter, the 49ers strike defensive gold by stuffing the Rams and forcing a turnover on downs. Rams would go on to be shut out for the rest of the game. The 49ers' 5-0 start joins them with the Patriots as the only 2 undefeated teams left in the league, as the Rams fall to 3-3. Air raid out in the desert as the Cardinals and Falcons engage in a dogfight for supremacy. Matt Ryan gets it started by giving it to Calvin Ridley and letting him find the end zone. Then Kyler Murray floats an egg up to Trent Sherfield on the sideline. Followed by some tight end love, first with Max Williams finding pay dirt, followed by Austin Hooper in the 4th for the tie. Kyler Murray lays another egg that only David Johnson can poach, but Matt Ryan answers by finding his back in the open as Devonta Freeman soars to the end zone. On the ensuing PAT, Matt Bryant gets hit with the Chuck's Cuck of the Week as he cucks the extra point and the Cardinals stay in their own nest with a win, 34-33. Seahawks take a business trip to Cleveland where they have not won a game since 2001. Kickoff first quarter, Dontrell Hilliard stumbles, recovers, and returns the ball 74 yards, which sets up a Nick Chubb touchdown later in the drive. Then Russell Wilson uses his legs for the touchdown, and Baker Mayfield monkey sees, monkey does as he copies his QB counterpart for a rushing score. Then Baker finds Ricky Seals-Jones, and Baker is feeling good with a 20-6 lead early in the second. OBJ lands his target with a sensational sideline catch, but then Baker starts playing like a Brown. Picked by Trey Flowers on another OBJ target, and then Tedrick Thompson snags the ball off a Shaq Griffin deflection. And to round out the half, Russell finds Jaron Brown to shorten the Browns' lead to 2 at intermission. Brown's first possession in the second half ends with a Ziggy Ansah punch strip, which sets up Jaron Brown again for his second touchdown on the afternoon. Then the refs start flushing their crap. Officials call an illegal blindside block on Jarvis Landry, but the only thing blind about it was a penalty call. Then a bizarre fumble on 4th and goal was reviewed and then withheld giving the Browns another stab at pay dirt only to be stuffed by the Seattle D. The Browns did get some redemption when Michael Dixon whiffs a punt, setting up a short field and giving Nick Chubb his second touchdown on the ground and giving the Browns a 3-point lead. Russell Wilson says no thanks to the deficit though and finds DK Metcalf, DK standing for DeClaws, on this sideline catch. Then Tyler Lockett makes a grab and is down at the 1, which allows Chris Carson to punch one in and prompts Pete Carroll applause. In crunch time, Baker cannot get it done, throwing behind Dontrell Hilliard and picked off by KJ Wright for Baker's third interception. The 5-1 Seahawks wave bye to Cleveland with a 32-28 victory. Chargers host the Steelers on Sunday night in a stadium that feels far from home for LA. Terrible towels scattered the stands as Mason Rudolph is still recovering from his Jetsons cameo. Steelers shut out the Chargers in the first half, but the Chargers strike in the second half and bring it to within one score. With 26 fourth-quarter comebacks, veteran Phillip Rivers seemed up to the challenge, right? Wrong. Rivers had a better chance not impregnating his wife than finding Mike Williams on the bomb. Chargers fall to 2-4 as the Steelers win 24-17. Eagles at Minnesota as Kirk Cousins finds Adam Thielen as per usual, but then Stephon Diggs finally decides to show up. It can only be assumed that, like me, Diggs is doing a social media blackout and is completely unaware of the rumors swirling around his name. 3 touchdown grabs, 167 yards, and a 38-20 victory over Philadelphia. Jets hosting the Cowboys as Sam Darnold makes his return. Jets fans relieved that Darnold has kept his lips to himself and reminds MetLife Stadium what a passing touchdown looks like, as he finds Robbie Anderson on a 92-yard bomb. Careful now, don't get too close to that mouth. Darnold threw for 338 yards and 2 touchdowns, while his backups only averaged 139 yards a game during his 3-game absence. Cowboys dig themselves in a 21-6 hole at the half and attempt to mount a comeback. On their final drive, the refs throw flags on 7 consecutive plays. 2 defensive PIs, then defensive illegal contact, then another PI, then a holding call on the Cowboys, then a block in the back on the Cowboys, and finally one last defensive pass interference which allowed Dak Prescott to run it in. After a failed 2-point conversion to tie, the Cowboys are forced to attempt an onside kick, which the Jets almost cooed. However, they do hang on and notch their first win of the season as the Cowboys fall to 500 at 3-3, losing 24-22. A showing of mediocrity down in Miami as the winless Redskins are hosted by the winless Dolphins. First half belonged to the Redskins wideout Terry McLaurin, who grabbed 2 touchdown catches and gave Washington a 14-3 lead at the half. Then the Dolphins did the unthinkable. They scored points in the second half. First time this season as Kalen Ballage breaks the plane. Then with 10 seconds left, Ryan Fitzpatrick finds Devontae Parker to bring the score within 1, but the Dolphins like to live on the edge and go for 2, only to have Kenyon Drake drop an easy pass as the Redskins finally get a win and the Dolphins stay losers. Another winless team in the Cincinnati Bengals playing out in Baltimore. Kickoff to open the game, Brandon Wilson takes it to the house on a 92-yard return, but Lamar Jackson continues to remind all of us that he's one of them mobile QBs. 152 yards on the ground, complemented with another 236 in the air as he finds Nick Boyle on the grab to set up 3 from Justin Tucker. And then Andy Dalton rushes in to bring it to within 6, but it was all too little too late. Onside kick attempt does not get onside enough, and the Ravens escape with a 23-17 victory. Monday night matchup of the Packers and Lions wrapped up the week. First play of the game, the Lions were big on a big gain off a flea flicker as Joey Galladay is taken down near the 10. Then later in the half, Lions up 10, Stafford puts one up for TJ Hawkinson to go and get, but can't come down with it. And more mediocrity, this time from the Packers as Aaron Jones drops a would-be 6 points. Amateur hour continues as the Lions have 12 on the field on a Packers 4th and 5, making it 1st and goal, and Jamal Williams punches it in off the tip pass. Crucial moment in the 4th quarter, Lions' Trey Flowers gets called for an illegal hands to the face, which sets up a Mason Crosby game winner and a booster step for a Lambeau Leap as the Packers lead the NFC North with a 5-1 start. If it feels like something is missing this week, Well, it's because there was no Bills action as they took their bye, but we can assure you that Josh Allen had a restful week and is ready to take on the Dolphins Sunday. Be sure to tune in to episode 504 of The Deep Shot, live on Twitch Monday, October 20th, twitch.tv/Chuck_Sway, and check back here in 2 weeks' time for the recap of Week 8 in the NFL. Also be sure to follow The Deep Shot at The Deep Shot, no spaces, for Josh Allen praise and more. I'm Chuck Sway with The Out Route, signing off. Until next time.